Well, we're almost there. It's almost time for the restart of the Championship season. We are counting down the days to Cardiff City against Leeds United. And it can't come soon enough for many, many people, I know. It's been a long, old period of lockdown, but there is some light at the end of that tunnel now. And it all begins this weekend in South Wales, Sunday lunchtime, with that tough-looking game against Cardiff City. Now, to look ahead to that and what's to come beyond that, I'm very, very happy to say we've got two Bens. We've got my old mucker, Ben Parker, who will be doing the commentaries with me through the course of the rest of the season. And we've got the man who's been such a key part of Leeds United's success so far this season. A man who's made a tremendous impression on his first campaign at Championship level. That is Ben White. Ben, thank you very much for joining us. And we look forward to having a bit of a chat. How has your lockdown period been, Ben?
Very boring. It's been hard though. We've been keeping fit every day. We've had plans the night before. We've had our text through to say what we're doing the next day, and no, it hasn't been as boring as I would have thought, because we've been so busy the whole time.
So do you have to self-motivate? Has that been any sort of a problem for you, or is the fact that Leeds United have got so much to play for been your motivation?
I think it could have been tough, but I think, you know, we're all in a little group chat, and we message each other all the time, and we tell each other like that we need to. This is the last bit. This is the last push, and we've given everything to be in the position we are. So we don't want to slip behind now.
And you've been monitored throughout, haven't you? You haven't really been able to step off it, have you? In terms of the people who have been watching you from afar. Yeah.
To be fair, if we didn't want to do it, there wouldn't be really an option for us not to do it. So, yeah, well, we've all done it, and we're happy that we've put the work in, so we can get ready for the first game that is coming on.
How's training actually been then, Ben? I know there's been different phases up to it, but it's almost kind of reining the boys in with that game on Sunday on the horizon now.
To be fair, it hasn't been too different. Like, we're in training, we work in groups of 5 normally anyway, in different shapes and different drills. So it hasn't been too dissimilar to what we've been used to.
From your own perspective, Ben, has it given you a little bit of a chance to reflect on the way things have turned out since you arrived? Since you arrived at Leeds United?
Yeah, obviously it's been such an amazing season for me personally, but nothing's done yet, and we're all just focusing on getting the job done at the end of the season, that we're in the Premier League again.
You're a long way from home, aren't you? You're from Poole, so how has it been keeping in touch with people, keeping in contact with family and stuff?
Obviously you got FaceTime, haven't you? And that's been good. I FaceTime them every day normally anyway, so it's tough, and it's just what has to be done, and they used to come up as much as they could, so it's not like I've been on my own up here. I'm all good. Got my dogs.
Is that the interest? Is it a good dog walk? Is that how you clear your head?
Oh yeah, I've got like 3 a day I've been going on at the moment, so yeah, they're loving it.
So they're well exercised, your dogs, then?
Oh yeah.
It has. Did you have any? I mean, you played at League One. You played at League Two level. Had a great season at Newport. You played at League One level at Peterborough second half of last season. Did you have any sort of sense that you were how you were going to be able to tackle the next level up, the next step up, the Championship?
To be fair, when I went to League Two, you obviously haven't done it before, so you're always thinking in the back of your mind, can you do it? But I went there that season and done really well. So I think it's the fear of the unknown of what you're going into, and I think like in the Premier League it's going to be the same. Like, you're not sure if you're going to be able to do it or not until you're there and you're doing it. So obviously it helped that I came straight in and I started the first game, and from there I've been playing ever since. So it was good for me to come straight in and play.
me and Bryn have loved watching you play this season, and as all Leeds United fans have. But what part of your game, what aspect of your game would you say is kind of most improved under Marcelo Bielsa in your time at Leeds?
I think I wouldn't say that any thing that's improved. I think I've done what I'm good at on a more. I've done it more over the season. Like I haven't made too many mistakes. I haven't, I've done the things that I'm good at on a regular basis, and like the consistency levels have risen.
You've had a great partnership going with Liam Cooper there. What's it like being playing alongside Liam?
Yeah, it is really good. Obviously, he's skipper in here, and you don't want to not impress a skipper. So it is not playing with him. He's always talking, and he's normally, if I'm not there, he's around me or covering me. So it's good.
Yeah, what is the relationship? Who's the vocal one of the two of you? Is that Liam because he's the senior pro, the captain, as you say?
To be fair, I've played with a lot of players that are more vocal. I think we don't really need to say much because we know what each other are doing, and like now we're so far in the season, I kind of know what he's thinking before he has to say anything. So
there is that relationship, isn't there, Ben Parker, with between central defenders, where it all gets it's almost like a little bit of a marriage going on there at the heart of the defence.
Well, I never kind of played with qualities like Ben White or Liam Cooper, unfortunately. So, but no, it is. And the point I want to ask you, Ben, as well. We all know about Calvin. How important is that role in front of two centre halves, just to break up play and allow you to kind of concentrate on your role, whether you're looking after the one striker or the two?
Yeah, obviously it's ridiculous at the position he plays, and I don't think there's many better than him at that position, and it does make it so much easier for me and Coops. He's always there, like mopping up. If we're ever in trouble, he's always there to give us a bounce pass or play in and play out the other side. It just makes it so much harder for teams to press us and get the ball back off us.
What do you think? What's been your impression of the Championship as a division then, Ben?
It's tough. There's no bad team. You go into a game not knowing if you're going to win or lose. It's so tight, and every team has a different style of play, and they have different positives and negatives to their game. So it's all about trying to find out what their weaknesses are and what their strengths are, so we can stop their strengths.
And what about the intensity? Because Leeds have been playing at an incredibly high intensity. How do you achieve that? How do you get to that position of being able to do that?
Run a lot. Yeah, no, obviously I stepped into midfield a couple of games this season, and the boys are so fit in midfield. It's ridiculous. Like I've got it easy at the back. They're ridiculously fit, and the tempo that they play at each game is ridiculous.
Yeah, that midfield role you had, did you feel yourself growing into that one a little bit? Because you could see progressive signs across the piece in terms of what you were doing as you got more confident with the ball. Would that be fair?
Yeah, no, definitely. I haven't played there before, and it was kind of a new challenge for me, and I quite like a new challenge. So it's always an option for if Calv isn't there, like that I can just slip in and do a job for the meantime when he's not there.
So all the work that you do on the training ground, that's what we see on the pitch. How have you found the intensity in terms of that bit as well? Because I've been reading this week about how what you do on the training ground is actually more taxing and harder work sometimes than even the games that you're playing.
Yeah, we do a lot of drills, which that's not too hard physically, but it goes on for an hour and 45 minutes, so it's obviously hard. But then we do a murder ball, which is, so this week we've done a 30-minute murder ball and then 5-minute murder balls. So that's really tough. That's like 8 minutes of a game. That's how much running we do. So it is all really tough.
So what happens? People have heard murder ball used, sorry, Ben, as a phrase constantly. What happens in that session?
It's basically it's a game, but if there's a throw-in, there's a ball getting chucked at you, so you do it straight away. Like, you don't get no rest. It's just like end to end, like basketball. So there's no rest, no like. If it's gone wide for a goal kick, it's straight back in. It's no rest, no like getting up playing. Yeah, it's just straight in.
Have you ever experienced? I was gonna say, have you ever experienced anything like that other clubs?
Definitely not. No, definitely not.
When you look forward to these games, then Ben, how on earth, from being stopped for 3 months now, how do you get back into the right frame of mind, the right mentality to walk straight out there at Cardiff City Stadium Sunday lunchtime and play a game again? How are you going to achieve that?
I think we all know that the hard work we've put in over this time that we've been off, I think that gives us a good positive look on the thing. Obviously we don't know what's going to happen on Sunday, what the score's going to be, but I think we all know that we're prepared and we're ready for this game, and that's all we could have done. And everyone's in the same boat, so we could only have done what we could do.
Yeah, and because you've kept working, haven't you? You've had the program, as you've mentioned right at the outset, you've had the program all the way through. So you've come back in. Did everybody arrive back on the training ground for proper training, as it were, in the right state, in the right place?
Yeah, I mean, we all get sent our individual things, and then we get the GPS as well, so all the fitness coaches can see what we've done, how hard we've worked, and the message that we get at the end of the week. It's nice because we've worked hard all week, and then we get like a nice little message saying well done and that we've done well this week.
To get like a pack of sweeties or a chocolate bar or something, little reward.
Oh, definitely not. You get a bottle of water or something.
Whoa, steady. So you've got 9 to count down. What's the approach going to be on that basis now? Is it, as it I think has been throughout the campaign, look only at the next fixture, not beyond?
Yeah, definitely. I think we just need to tick off each game as it comes. We need to get 3 points every game. We don't want to look at the 9 games. We want to take each game as it comes and do our best.
Can you actually do work on what Cardiff City do, given that nobody's seen anybody play for 3 months now?
I mean, I don't think they would have changed too much to what they normally do, but obviously they've got a big team, so they're going to use that to their advantage. And you know, we've done all that we can that can help us get the results.
I mean, it's going to be weird. Ben Parker, have you ever played in an empty stadium? proper game, I mean?
No, not a proper game. But I've been thinking about this situation, what it would be like. So, has there been any talk, Ben, amongst the players, and has there been any meetings with the staff to kind of come up with I don't know, a solution of how it might feel to play with actually no fans in the ground?
No, we haven't really spoke about it. To be fair, some of the boys said it's going to be weird, and I think it will be. But I think once you're in the game, you don't really know what's happening. I
think if you're looking towards the Euros, an extra year for someone of your abilities, Ben, that's something to look towards. But that's obviously in the future. The present day is it's obviously Cardiff on Sunday, and as a player, I know you've touched on it, but there, Bryn, how difficult is it to kind of stay in that moment, Ben, where it's just one game at a time without trying to get too far carried away? And a lot of the Leeds fans might be looking towards the Fulham in 2 games' time.
Yeah, I'm the same as anyone. I've been thinking about lifting the trophy up at the end of the season. I'd love that to happen, but obviously we've got games to play, and we need to win them to get that feeling.
And the only priority here is finish 1 or 2, really, frankly, isn't it? It's to make sure that the club gets out of this division to the next one.
Yeah, definitely. If you said to me that we'll be second at the end of the season, I would have definitely taken it.
So when you look back so far, Ben, what's been the standout moment for you in your spell at Leeds United?
I don't really know. I think my debut was amazing. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure on me to come in and perform after such a good centre back has just left, and I had big boots to fill. That was nice because I played well. I'd probably say that my debut. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point you raised there, because I mean, we were discussing, Ben and I, before the season started. Pontus Jansson had left. We couldn't see, big, as you've described there, big boots to fill in terms of the place in the side and the stature in the team. And then you came along. Nobody really knew a great deal about you, other than obviously the people who'd watched you, who wanted to bring you to the club. Did you have a sense of that when you arrived, that nobody knew who you were?
Yeah, I got a lot of tweets, to be fair.
Saying what?
Who are you? Like, is he for the 23s? So I got someone like said I look about 14 or something, but I had to go out there and show them what I had.
Yeah, because you're not the same sort of player as Pontus Jansson by any stretch of the imagination, are you?
Yeah, no, I couldn't come and do what he's done because I'm completely different. And I just came in and done the best I can be.
Well, the best has been very, very good so far, and I think everybody would agree with that. So much so that, as we saw recently, young Daniel tried to engineer your transfer from Brighton, didn't he? With that a bid in excess of £15, which was you must have felt you'd arrived at that point then, when those figures are being bandied around in terms of your name.
Yeah, it was a surprise. I looked on Sky Sports. I didn't see it, but it was all over Twitter, and it was nice of him. Bless him.
There's a good rapport you've got with the fans. They've taken to you, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so. I try my best every week, and that's all I can do to show them that how much I want to play for Leeds.
And so, in terms of that short career you've had so far, as we've described, a couple of games at Brighton, Newport, and then Peterborough, and now this season with Leeds United, there's so much to play for in these final 9 games, and there's so much to aim at now in this mini season, effectively.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I think all the work that we've put in over the season, it's going to build us to do a good thing this season.
And do you remain confident, if not overconfident?
Never overconfident, but we all believe, and we know what we can do, as we've shown this season. That's why we're at the top now. And
one thing that the club have been asking of people is that they I mean, it won't be the case on Sunday necessarily, but when you come back for that first home game shortly, the weekend after, is that people stay away from the stadium. Is that a point that players would echo as well to help out?
Yeah, obviously the guidelines are put in place for a reason, and we all need to follow them, don't we?
Ben, thank you very much for your time. We wish you the very, very best of luck both this weekend and for the 8 games that follow after that. And we look forward, hopefully, to having plenty more to talk and celebrate with you in the weeks to come. So thanks very much for your time.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Ben.
Cheers.